Good morning, everyone. How are you? Yes, today let's see first. Have you all completed your notebooks? Anytime I will check it, okay? And have you all understood whatever the lessons which we have finished first? Yes, okay. So now let's see now. Before starting something, let's check your knowledge. Yes, today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is Yonamine and Bushi. Yes, Yonamine and Bushi. Okay, let's see. Let us understand first about karate. Before starting the chapter, let us understand something about karate. Karate is a Japanese martial art whose physical aspects seek the development of defensive and counter-attacking body movements. Yes, karate is a Japanese martial art. Okay, the themes of traditional karate training are fighting and self-defense. Through its mental and moral aspects, target the overall improvement of the individual. Yes, it is targeting. Karate training and fighting are self-defense. It is self-defense, means for our safety. Yes, basically in today's generation, karate is must for everyone, even for girls as well as boys. Okay, and why it is for the improvement of individual. Even if someone attacks in front of us, we should be able, we should have that capability to respond to them. Okay, so let's begin with the lesson. Now, hearing this, you all may have come to know what's the lesson about. Okay, let us begin with the lesson. Okay, so you all know the chapter name, Yonamine and Bushi. Yonamine Chiru was the most admired girl in Okinawa. Yes, she was intelligent, tall, strong, big, and beautiful, and most important of all, she was so well trained in karate that no one could beat her. Yes, Yonamine Chiru was most admired girl where she was in Okinawa. She was intelligent, tall, strong, and beautiful. By looking at the picture, you all may understand she was beautiful. Okay, and most important of all, she was well trained in karate. Yes, and no one could beat her. Yes, no one could win in front of her. She was intelligent, tall, and beautiful. Yes, and most important of all, she was well trained. You all can see in the picture. She used to love karate. When it was time to get her married, her father, who was a rich merchant, began to worry. Yes, now she has grown up. Yonamine was very grown up girl, and her father decided that it's time for her marriage now. Yes, after some age, every girl has to marry. Yes, so even her father, if he was a rich merchant, he began to worry about her. Now it's time to get married. But where, oh where, could he find a young man who could come forward to marry a woman who was stronger than him? Yes, he began to worry now. Now she was the, we can see, we can say that she, in each and every game, that is each and every uh, match of the karate, she used to be the winner. Now her father thinks that, he begins to worry that uh, who will come forward to marry such a stronger girl than him. Yes, Yonami had her own ideas about marriage. Each and every girl has own ideas. Yes, so even, yeah, Yonami had her own ideas about marriage. She declared firmly, "I will only marry a man who can beat me in fair fight." She says that she says to her father that I will only marry a man who can beat me in fair fight. Yes, who can lose me in that fight. Surprisingly, many young men picked up the challenge and came forward to fight her. Many young men came forward, yes, to marry her and fight against her. After all, she was a beautiful girl with a fortune. Yes, she was a beautiful girl, you all can see. Many wrestlers were eager to win her in a contest of marital arts. Yes, marital arts means any of the fighting sports like judo and karate. Many wrestlers came forward. One of the first to ask for her hand was Kujo, who was actually bigger and stronger than Yonami. Yes, first hand came to ask, and his name was Kojo. Yes, he asked her, and he was strong and big enough than Yonami. But he played foul. Yes, he played foul. Even as Yonami was bowing to him in the customary sign of respect to one's opponent, he threw a punch at her, breaking the rules of the game. Yes, now even though when before beginning of the match, when Yonami bowed down, he break the rules of the game, and first he punched her. Okay, Yonami was angry. She was very angry looking up at her. And here customary sign means unusual sign. Yes, which was not, he should not give now. Okay, even if though the game was not started, he was not able to start before the front person says. Okay, she got very angry. She caught hold of his arm and twisted it so powerfully that unsupportive Kojo fell down in a heap and had to limp away defeated. Yes, he fell down. She was so angry that she put all her efforts again and twisted it so powerfully that the unsupportive Kojo fell down. Okay, many promising young wrestlers tried their hand, but Yonamine defeated them all. Yes, many of them tried to come up and tried to lose her, but they defeated them all. She defeated them all. Okay, her father was in despair. Yes, her father was again some worry type. Who would marry a girl who enjoyed wrestling? He again started thinking about that girl. Who will marry her? Bushi was just such a man. He had trained under the karate master Sakugawa. Yes, only Bushi Kijo was a man who had trained the karate master Sakugawa. He proved to be such an expert that he was recruited by Shuko, the king of Okinawa, to be his personal guard. Yes, he was the personal guard. His friend said to Bushi, "You should take on the challenge of the girl Yonami." His friend started saying to Bushi that you should take some challenge. Yes, then she may be big, but you are stronger and smarter than her. Yes, she is, whether even she is big, but you are more smarter than her, his friend says to him. Bushi too was keen to marry a girl like Yonami. Yes, I shall fight with her and win over her, he decided. He said that I shall fight with her and win. Okay, he decided that. Yonami was impressed at the sight of her new challenger. Yes, she was impressed that someone is there, like means to play against her, or yes, Yonami was impressed against him. She had heard that he was one of King Shoko's personal warriors. She had already heard that he was one of the King Shoko's personal warriors. Okay, he was tall and slim. He stood firmly on his feet and seemed unshakable. Yes, when he was standing up, he stood firmly on his feet. Without any hesitation, he stood on his feet and seemed unshakable. Yes, he stood properly. Above all, he had dark, piercing eyes, which looked straight at the opponent and showed that he was fearless and straightforward. Yes, piercing eyes means eyes that seem to notice everything. Yes, with full of confidence, he stood up. Okay, the wrestling match begin. Now the match begin. Let's see what happens. Till here, have you all understood everything? Yes, about Yonami. She was well player in karate. No one used to lose her. She was the winner of it. And now what her father decided to do? Yes, her marriage. Okay, and he wasn't worried that who will marry this girl, who will come forward. So he many of the wrestlers started to lose her, but no one did. Yes, so now Bushi, let's see whether Bushi wins or loses the game. Okay, Yonami and Bushi bowed to each other and then began to attack each other in earnest. Yonami and Bushi bowed to each other. Okay, you all can see they both of them bowed to each other, and then they started playing. Okay, they punched, kicked and twisted using their best techniques. Yes, they started playing and they started punching, kicking, twisting each other using the best techniques. Okay, both of them know the proper techniques of karate. You all can see here. Yes, how they are playing. It looked as if the match was going to be a tie. Nobody winning, nobody losing. Now everyone thought that the match will be a tie. Nobody was winning and nobody was losing too. But at the crucial moment, that is extremely important moment in the fight, Yonami paused ever so briefly. She paused it. She paused there only. She waited there only. Bushi took advantage of that moment and brought her down with a swift punch. Yes, Bushi immediately took very advantage of her and brought her down. Bushi took advantage. You all can see how she fell down. Okay. Yonami's father was a very happy man. He was very happy man. At least now someone is there who made her lose. Okay, so now he is very happy. Now she will be ready for marriage. Okay, let's see further. Bushi and Yonami were married in a splendid ceremony. They married in a splendid ceremony. It was a happy marriage. Yonami was kind and loving. She looked and cleaned and kept the house spick and span. She was very kind and loving. She kept the house very clean, and to the point she kept everything. One day, when she was sweeping the kitchen, Bushi saw her lift a huge bag of rice with her left hand, and she swept beneath the bag with her right hand. Yes, one day Bushi saw that she was lifting a heavy rice of bag with one hand, and with the other hand she was sweeping the Yes, weeping. Then he grew thoughtfully. Is she really so strong? Yes. In his mind, a thought came that is she really strong? And yet I brought her down with one punch. How come I brought her down with one punch? One day, Yonami announced that she would like to visit her parents. Okay, one final day she announced that she will go to visit her parents. Okay, till here everyone has understood. I hope so. If any queries, please ask. Yes, they both got married there. Okay, and she was very happy. Yes. I will leave in the evening and return the next day in time to cook your dinner, she said to her husband. Okay, now she has announced to her husband that she is going to visit her parents. Yes, now she is saying that I will leave in the evening. Today evening she will leave the house and return the next day. She will come tomorrow in time to cook your dinner. For cooking dinner she will come back. Okay. You really should not travel during the night, Bushi said to her firmly. You should not travel at the night. Okay, as she a girl. Now he thought that she is a girl. Traveling at night is very dangerous for her. There are bandits about. Yes, bandits means thieves who attack travelers. Travels at night. There is a bandits there. Okay, it is just not safe for a woman to go outside alone after it is night. It is dark. Yes, it is unsafe. He's saying like, my dear husband, she replies. You forget that you married a trained wrestler. She's saying that you forget that you married a trained wrestler. Yonami said to him with a smile. She smiled and said, yes, you married a trained wrestler. Don't forget that. Don't forget that I threw you down. He's laughing and saying that even you don't forget that you lost that day. Okay, flat on the ground, said Bushi. Okay, Bushi said that I threw you down flat on the ground. Okay, you are not unbeatable. He's saying that you are not unbeatable. Anyone can lose you. Okay, don't worry, she said. Okay, she said, don't worry. Bandits are not as skilled as you are. I can take care of myself. She's saying that thieves are not strong as you. She can take care of herself. Bushi was not pleased. She is overconfident, he thought to himself. Okay, he thought that she is overconfident and she is going there. Then he started making some plan, I guess. Okay, let's see. She must be taught a lesson for her own good. Okay, now he decided a plan that I will teach Yonami a lesson. Okay, and for her own good means she would not go out at night. Okay, now let's see further. That evening Yonami left to walk to her father's home. As soon as she departed, Bushi disguised himself as a bandit. Okay, Bushi draped himself as a bandit, as a thief, wearing shabby clothes, means old clothes, and the clothes which are in very bad condition, simmering dark colors over his hand and covering his face with a scarf. Simmering means spreading over a surface. Okay, over his hand. Okay, in his hand. As soon as she departed, Bushi disguised himself as a bandit. Y'all can see how he has worn everything. Yes, the whole till hand he has worn everything. He ran as fast as he could to hide behind a clump of trees at a fork on the road. He ran as fast as he can to hide behind the tree. Darkness fell and he saw Yonami approaching the fork. Darkness fell around and he saw that Yonami is coming. Across the fork means fork means a place where a road divides into two parts. Okay. When she crossed the clump of trees, Bushi jumped out from behind the trees and tried to attack her. When she crossed the road, the clump of tree, Bushi jumped behind from the trees and tried to attack her. Yonami was swift and sharp in her reaction to the attack. Yes, she was very swift and means immediate reaction came out of her to attack the thief. She held her attacker by the hand and kicked him with such force that the attacker fell to the ground unconscious. Yes, she kicked him so badly that he fell down. Yes, unconscious. Unconscious means he was not knowing what is actually going on. Okay. Yonami dragged him and tied him to a tree with her sash. Sash means with her belt. She had worn a belt and she tied him up to a tree. She adjusted her backpack and set off round the corner for her father's home. She went to her father's home. The next day, as she was returning home in the afternoon, she saw her bandit. She tied to the tree and she had left him the previous night. She saw that bandit. She saw that thief. Okay, till she coming back to home, the thief was there and then there only. Okay, shall I untie you now? She's asking him, shall I untie you now, or leave you here only? Please untie me. Yes, the thief is saying, the bandit is saying that, please untie me, mumbled the bandit. I beg you to forgive me. I shan't ever do this again. He's saying that, I beg you, please, I'm sorry for that, please untie me. Swiftly she untied him and walked away quickly. She was in a hurry. She untied him and she walked away. She had to reach home in time to cook her husband's evening meal. She had to reach home in time. Why she had to reach home? Because she wanted to cook the husband's meal. Little did she realize that she had just released her husband from this captivity. Yes, little did she realize that she had just released her husband from his captivity. Captivity means imprisonment. That evening, quite a while after she had set the dinner ready, Bushi walked in looking tired and dull. Yes, you can see Bushi is walking and with a tired face and he was looking dull. She helped her wash and set out fresh clothes from him to wear. Yes, she helped him wash, yes, and wear fresh clothes. She invited him to have a hot meal. As Bushi sat down to dinner, he brought out a wild sash from his pocket and gave it to his wife. Yes, he removed the white thing, yes, and white which he was tied to a tree. He gave that white belt to her. Yes, this is yours if I am not mistaken. He's saying that, is this your belt if I am not mistaken, looking into her eyes. Yes. Oh Bushi, was it you? I'm so sorry, exclaimed Yonami. Yes, she was not knowing that Bushi was there as a thief. Okay. You don't have to be sorry, said Bushi. You taught me a lesson that I won't forget all of my life. He said that you taught me a lesson that I will never forget in my life. And that is, don't underestimate anybody. Yes. So you all can see the up. In up, I have each and every slide I have put don't underestimate anybody. It means never challenge anyone. Yes, never think that the front person, whether it is a girl or a boy, whether he is weak in studies, say, or weak in everything, never underestimate them. Yes, never challenge them. Yes, never underestimate, never think that somebody is weaker than you. Yes, you have to once you challenge anyone, he will then and there do that thing and show you. Yes, so never think that in front of you he is not intelligent, he is very weaker. Never think that. When the time will come, that person will show you one day. Okay, so did you all understood the game, did you all understood the lesson? Not even a woman, asked Yonami playfully. Especially not a woman, but said Bushi, and they burst out laughing together. He thought that she's a girl, she's a woman, she would be weaker. Even though the thief is there, a thief has come, she will be weaker. But she was a karate champion. Don't forget that. Yes. So she was immediate reaction she would give whenever anyone, if that thief was taken place, he tried to attack her, but she won there also. Okay, so the moral of the story is don't underestimate anybody. Have you all got the lesson? Never think that the front person is weaker than you. Yes. So students, please write this story in your own words and send it to me. Today's homework is that only. Please write the story in your own words. Okay, and please start completing your notebooks. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.